The fuck not. I mean,
What else did I type in the chat about today? Did I say anything else great? We talked
Playbox
about
is
Elon
delayed.
Musk. We talked about PoE. We talked about Interstellar Remastered, slow supply. Oh yeah, there was the play boxes for Interstellar Remastered apparently got delayed somewhere. There was like a
Oh,
notice
for an event.
notice for like pre-release events. Like some stores might not get boxes
Huh.
like at all for the pre-release. They were
That's
like, please contact your
fucking dumb.
distributors for more details.
Why would they
Basically,
do
say get
that?
fucked.
That's a bad way to like do.
Well, I don't think it's on purpose. Something happened, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they get delayed when like it's a it's like a pre-planned thing for the next past 6 months to a year at least.
Well, I mean, it's just an aptitude, like them being like shitty at what they're doing. It doesn't surprise me, you know. Yeah, dog.
I keep looking at Rudy's like standard boxes that you can order like 6 per month. If you think about it, if you were to order 6 boxes every single month, you definitely would pay for the $20 a month just in raw profits, just because of the cheapness of the boxes. Like $91 Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Like right now on TCG Player, the lowest you can buy them for is 119, $120. That's not including tax. So you buy them for 91 and then sell them, you definitely make money. You're profiting $30 a box. It's pretty, especially if you sell them local. Don't even have to worry about fees.
That's where like the biggest loss is. Fucking
Yeah,
sellers
if you can get
fees
rid
and
of the
shipping.
fees,
Yeah.
the seller fees, the shipping. So if you can sell it local,
If
you're
I could
definitely
just
in
not
a
pay
good standing.
taxes, you know.
Yeah. Who needs taxes anyways?
My cousin doesn't pay taxes. Lucky fucker.
Bastard.
He was medically discharged from the military, so like as part of that, he doesn't have to pay federal taxes.
They have like a tax.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing. Yeah, he's lucky as shit because he's got 4 badass kids. So yeah, and one of them's got like a learning disability, so that just makes things
He
more
gets extra
expensive.
money.
Yeah, no, for real. Like you got to keep buying those books with the big letters and sending them to the special school. It's funny because that little bus costs them a lot more.
Got a lot more features.
Can you guys hear
Yeah,
me?
right.
Yeah,
I see you.
Well, there's a huge delay. I don't understand it. in the video, you can see
there sure is. You haven't even moved yet on our screen.
I've seen
No,
two
I'm moving.
frames.
Watch, I'm blinking, right? But
Nah.
yeah, I am.
Oh,
well, your mouth hasn't moved yet.
Right, but I'm
there. Oh,
see, I'm moving, but
it looks like we're watching a video of you, like an old FMV or something.
He's just got like this is his AI generated looping video that he just like makes it looks like he's paying attention, but he's not.
It is funny because like I hear you, and your mouth doesn't move when you talk though, so it's
It still
super
hasn't moved.
off-putting.
It literally still hasn't moved. Hey,
Yeah, buddy.
dude.
Is it? This is for members only, isn't it?
I don't know. Did you set it as? Did you not set it as members only?
No, I didn't.
Got him.
Whatever. Fuck it.
You guys get a free one today.
Yeah, you guys get a freebie. Yeah, what can I say, Benson? And I haven't had a drink in a couple of days, so this is just Pat being a dummy. Well, I was all excited about making cream cheese and stuff. That's like a whole side story.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why are you making cream cheese for?
Dude, okay, so we have like a bagel shop in my town. They make really good bagels, except it's $5 for a half pound of cream cheese if you go there. And I was like, well, what the fuck? How hard is it to make cream cheese? And I looked up and it's like 4 steps. I was like, okay, well, I have all the shit to make cream cheese at home. Holy shit, Bob.
What was that?
Yeah.
it's the camera's spooling to some degree and then catching up at times.
Yeah,
I think I'm actually live. Oh, it's kind of amusing for even me to watch. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? But I think maybe the camera's catching up.
Maybe. That Elgato card's really putting in the work.
So Benson, I don't know if you guys watch Benson.
What up,
I was
Coach?
watching his
Yeah, we did a members only, not members only video.
yeah, the
I
not
forgot to
the
put
members only
So
show.
you guys get a free one this week. Merry Christmas.
But
Happy holidays.
Benson has a video out there talking about like just some of the guffaws that Watsy's making with like delivery on freebie, Coach, freebie on some of Watsy's inability to manage their product line. Like, and it really got me thinking, and he even said it in his video about if it were any other company with just about virtually any other product, it would be out of business. Like, they're so bad.
Well, did you hear about the Innistrad Play boosters, play boxes being delayed for some WPN stores? They won't even be there for pre-release, is what they were saying.
Well, there's some people that ordered like $5,000 worth of secret layers and still haven't received them.
I've always gotten all my secret layers.
I'm just saying,
I eventually got mine.
But again, it was shenanigans.
Well, but yours that wasn't Watsy's fault.
That's not
That was
on that.
post office shenanigans.
I gotta say, every time I've gotten fucked with like receiving my product line is just because of like post offices in Vermont suck dick.
Do you guys still use like the train and like the bag of mail, and you have to like shank the bag in order to get it off the little post that hangs?
It's not quite like that bad, but it's not too far off.
I was watching one of the YouTubers that I watch. He's a car video, Vice Grip Garage. He went into a museum and was looking at like some of the rail cars and like the old vehicles and stuff. He was looking at one of the mail sorting cars from back in the day, like the 1950s or something like that. And it was just like giant, like just like big, like bunch of squares for sorting. And like he was saying that like they used to have like this big like hook thing. They would like shank the bags as like the rail went by to like grab the bags of mail off of it.
There's a thing they do in Maine, I believe it is, where it's such a small area that people just go to the end of their docks and a boat just like slowly drives by and someone jumps off, gives them their mail and gets back on. It's pretty wild to see.
Yeah, I don't think there's for the pre-release for Innistrad Remastered. I think it's just standard play boosters. I don't think there's a kit. As far as I can tell on like TCG Player, there's no like kits available. And if I go to some of the websites that I normally buy stuff from, they have pre-release kits. I don't think they do. I'm still curious to see what's going to happen with the boxes that I bought for Aether Drift. Like the pricing that I paid is so much cheaper than everything else. I'm curious to see if that. I mean, this place that I bought for, they've never canceled. So we'll see if that continues to be.
Do me a solid, keep sharing that to us. Like I'm kind of interested in buying some product here and there.
Yeah, I ended up picking up my play booster for 102, and that's including shipping, $102. For a play box for Aether Drift, and then my collector boxes are $189.
I'm only really. How much can you order through your buddy?
I've never been given a limit. The problem is that you have to order them. You have to order them within like a certain time frame because they go out. They have like a certain allocation. So like when he gives me the pictures, we have like less than a day in order to like commit to the first flash. So I'll post it whenever he posts the next pictures. I'll post them and I'll ask if anybody wants anything. But
mainly I'm interested in Final Fantasy and Spider-Man. So
for sure.
When those come up, let me know and let me know if there's.
They'll definitely be cheaper. Like these prices are like significantly cheaper. Now there wasn't any flashes for Innistrad Remastered, which is a little weird. Maybe I don't know. They did nothing for it. It's weird.
The biggest problem is where am I going to put that shit? Like I'm at the point where I have to get rid of things in order to bring things.
Get another shelf.
Where am I going to put another shelf?
You had room for another shelf, didn't you?
No,
room.
No.
You got plenty of room.
Bro, you got to start watching TCG Card
You
Shop
could line your
Simulator how-to
entire basement
videos. Like
walls with
that's how
those
you log it
shelves and
in.
just like keep
Yeah,
stocking them.
exactly. Have that shit
I'm not a
like a
freaking
military surplus store down there, except it's
I'm
all
not a
magic
card
cards.
warehouse.
Well,
No,
you
it's a
are.
survivalist bunker for magic cards. You are the
Yeah.
Svalbard seed bank of TCGs.
No, that's Rudy.
That guy's got like 6 or 7 locations. He's more like the bunker builder dude.
It is pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
That's an interesting thing that's started popping up lately. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but like multimillionaires and billionaires buying bomb shelters and stuff. It's like on the surge again. Yeah.
There's a guy that I watch on YouTube. Do you guys know who Colin Furs is?
Nah.
He's like this European guy that just like he started getting popular. He's like an inventor and he makes like a bunch of dumb like inventions. Like there was like
Okay.
this one thing where he wanted to like he built this belt that has like knives that spin around it. So he wanted to be able to like make salad with it. So like it's like the motorized belt that like spins these knives around so he can just like drop like a salad.
Oh,
thing and
that
just, like,
sounds
chop it up.
okay.
Stuff like that, stupid stuff. Motorized bikes that are like super powerful for like it's like a tricycle that has like a big ball that he can like a kind of like an all-terrain vehicle. But anyways, I'm bringing it up is because right now he's in the process of building an underground bunker underneath his house. And he has so he's already done that. He's already got the bunker. He built a tunnel that goes from his backyard to the front yard. Then he's got this giant opening, and he's going to make it so that he has a DeLorean. He's going to make it so it has a rising platform so he can park it on
And
it,
then
like,
have
up
it
on
go
the
under the
street.
ground.
Then it'll go all the way down, and then it'll shift out, and then like the thing will close. He's got like it's crazy, man. Yeah, Colin Furs, he's a good dude.
Speaking of movies and things we've seen recently, I finally saw Interstellar for the first time last night. I gotta say that movie is super overrated.
I don't even know that I've seen it.
Yeah, I'll agree. I didn't think it was the greatest.
2014.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway are astronauts in the future, and they go through a black hole or
does look
something,
familiar.
and their
It was
space
well, and Matt Damon's in it. And it's
Yo,
like,
right out of nowhere, I was like, "Is that motherfucking Matt Damon? Like, why is he always doing these I'm an astronaut movies? Like, he seems
I
very
think he wants to
typecast.
be an astronaut, but
I liked his character in that. That was actually
did
like
not.
a cool character arc. I thought that was very believable.
I thought he was a bitch.
Exactly, like the
I
whole
liked him much
thing.
better in The Martian, but
Oh yeah, it was a different character.
I'll say
Yeah.
that Interstellar was like half of a good movie.
Yeah, I thought that
Like the first half, but then it ended just. It's like they switched writers in the second half.
it seemed very quick. The third act was, hey, we need to finish this fucking movie really quickly now.
Is there something wrong with Earth?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like there's a bunch of plot holes in this though. Like that was my biggest issue, is like in the beginning of the movie, Earth's all fucked up. It's like giant dust storms. There's blights on like all sorts of different crops, and they're down. By the time that Matthew McConaughey leaves, the only thing they can grow is corn,
And
they
even
expect,
that's gonna
right,
start
yeah.
sucking.
And like 60% of their crops die all the time and all that shit. So like everybody's pretty fucked. So by the end of the movie though, they have O'Neill cylinders where they're living in giant colonies in space. So like they've solved the problem without the main character, which is really odd. Like humanity literally saves itself while he's like off dicking around and like hanging out with Matt Damon on like foreign planets. Very, very odd choices. Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, I've seen
Like I
clips
said,
of this movie.
The first half of the movie was good. I liked it. The setup was good.
It looked really pretty. Like that was the thing, is like on my TV, that was the big reason I watched it finally.
The completion
like,
art, well, but even interesting concepts of different things, and you know, like I do think that society will ultimately come back to the idea that farmers are more important than cell phone makers. You know, that
Well, I mean, when you say cell phone makers, do you mean like the people that are drafting how to make new cell phones, or do you mean like the sad poor people that are just like slapping the back on phones 5,000 a day?
all of it. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? That like
yeah.
when it comes down to it, the necessities of life suddenly become the top priority. And that's sort of like the message that they were saying, you know, we don't need more engineers. We don't need more scientists. We need farmers. You know, I love that part in the school.
Mhm.
And they're
What's
losing a
kind of
lot of
funny
that
though is like most of farming could be solved by like more robots.
to a degree, but a robot's
Yeah.
not going to be able to look at the soils and understand, you know, weird one-off black swan conditions that
Oh yeah, for
make
sure, for sure. No, I
crops
get
not
you.
grow right, or look and say, hey, these
Yeah,
plants don't look as healthy or taste as good
yeah.
or
Or
provide as
crop
much
production.
nutrition.
Yeah, I think that
Um,
that underlying
the
point
heavy
in the
lifting,
story
you're
is good.
right,
Yeah.
but the technique and expertise, no, I think that, you know, that certainly is something that's very important. And we are, you know, as part of the message, you know, that's how we got the Dust Bowl in the first place. That's why Ethiopia is just
It's
a
true.
barren wasteland. We sent them, you know, decades ago, seed to plant their own crops, but they were so hungry and the soil was so poor that they ate the seeds because the only source of nutrition. And
Yeah.
you know that's what you run into eventually. Like you lose your topsoils because we clear trees and underbrush and all these things that create the diverse, rich topsoils, and you end up having all the nutrients leached out of the soil, and you end up with just like you know,
Well, and
barren
people
clay.
aren't adding nitrogen back into the soil for
You
crops.
need,
That's
but you
why,
need more than just
it was such a
nitrogen.
big change. Yeah.
You need more than just nitrogen. That's not the only thing,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. You need actual topsoil, and you
Yeah.
need the complete cycles to make healthy growing areas. And we keep doing unhealthy things to make them continue to grow by adding chemicals and whatnot,
Mhm.
without the thought of what are all these things doing to the planet, sort of thing. And it's an unsustainable cycle.
Speaking
And
of healthy growth, Sonic, bro, these films apparently just continually do well. They're on the third one now, and they just keep on it. Uh, I don't
Sonic's
see a
been
lot
around
of
since I
sequels
was
that do
young,
well
man,
now.
and it's never grabbed me. It's never hooked me as a IP.
I've in the same exact boat. I never really had Sega when I was a kid. I mean, I've played Sonic here and there. It was never really my jam, but I've heard Jim Carrey is honestly really funny in these movies, and I guess he ad libs a lot of his lines. Just classic funnies.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, unfortunately, I'm just not in a place in my life where I'm watching family movies anymore.
I mean, you could be. I watch shitloads of cartoons. What up? High five, Matt. Bow. No, he's actively playing another game.
I'm looking at a video description. I forgot that Jamie had posted one of her Baldur's Gate videos a while ago, and she had put in the description that, wait, did she call it boobs? Hold on. Well, she's like doing like a costume change in Baldur's Gate 3, and I guess like for like half a
At
second
some
there's like
points,
boobs.
yeah.
So then like
That's-
she was wanting to make sure that that was okay to air. I think it is. I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
That's one of the reasons why I haven't recorded any of my cyberpunk playthroughs.
Cyberpunk.
Is
Cyberpunk.
cyberpunk, just because the amount of times like dicks and pussies just like pop out of nowhere. Like in the first real mission you play as a topless chick. Like,
Well, I had YouTube review my video
Nice,
for the
coach.
sorcery, and there was boobs in that, and they were like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah, but when it comes to like the thumbnail title, they get a little picky. I can't remember
Well,
what
it's
it
not
was.
the title.
that's cool, man. That's wholesome as shit.
Yeah, that's dope, coach.
Up on the fridge, right? And that's what
You can
Gar-
share some of those pictures, coach, in our Discord.
right?
I don't know if anybody perfect time to link Discord. I think you might already be on there, coach, but yeah, feel free to share it in our Discord. I'll say this, it feels like overall for everything out there, all genres, that we're in that post-Christmas slump, that sort of hangover, afterglow, after effect, build up to Christmas and the holidays, and now we're back to the grind and taxes are coming due, and yeah.
I mean, I get taxes back as a refund for the most part, so it doesn't really bother me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm quite on the opposite of like that entire statement. Is that like I have so many incredible games to play right now. Like I got also like sorts of entertainment lined up. I get taxes back, so that's like a mini vacation worth of money. Which
I try not
realistically,
to
I'm
pay
probably
a
just
bunch
gonna
of money
throw
to get taxes back, but I end up getting like a decent amount. It's like less than
I have a
1,000
feeling
or
I'm going to
around
get hit with
1,000.
a pretty stiff tax bill this year. I did some money moves from
some
the
steals.
money that my father left to me. And I don't want to get into like all the specifics of it, but just I made a move that has a big tax.
No, tell me exactly about your finance. I'm fucking with you, Bob.
Well, there was some money that was sitting in a regular traditional IRA that became an inherited IRA. I inherited 3 different types of accounts. I inherited an investment account, a Roth IRA, and a traditional IRA. Now, the Roth IRA has no tax implications ever, but the Roth IRA and the traditional IRA had to be emptied within 10 years of his death. And because he was already at over, he was 81 years old, he was already into his RMDs. And because I inherited a traditional IRA from somebody that was already taking RMDs, I had to also do RMDs, which is required minimum distributions, meaning mandatory take some money out of the traditional IRA, which that is a taxable event. Now, I could just be cashing it out, taking the cash, and of course that would be beneficial. The tax implications would have been, whatever taxes are on that IRA. However, I didn't want to be cashing it out. I just wanted to keep rolling it back into investments until I retire. But that taxable event still occurs. So in essence, I still owe the taxes on it because I took it all out of the, I'm like, I don't want to deal with these RMDs over the next 10 years. It's just complicated. I don't want it in my tax picture. Just take it all out now, put it all into the investment account. But that action of taking it out of an IRA and moving it into a taxable or into a investment account, that's a taxable action. I don't know what the taxes are going to be. So he was supposed to withhold money to pay the taxes, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to pay. I don't know. It's going to be.
I got to use that line the next time I play Magic.
It's going to be a complicated tax year. And so I'll say that if you're lucky, me and my investment buddy all say that it's, first world problems. Boo hoo. I have a taxable event on, it's always more money than what you pay in taxes, but it still kind of sucks as you're planning because you can end up paying those taxes long before you actually get the money, right? Like if you do Roth conversions and all kinds of things, there's ways that depending on how you do your financial planning as you get older, it gets more complicated, like mind-numbingly so, and most people don't pay any attention, and most people are fucking broke and don't have enough to matter, which is far more terrifying to me, not having enough money to retire on, because what I watch and a lot of people, and this is good sort of information for younger folks to kind of consider, is that a lot of people that say, oh, I'll just keep working. You may not have that option. Your job may tell you that's it, you're done. Right. And what the numbers show is that people in their mid-50s, which is where it tends to happen, that get rifted, shifted, laid off, however you want to put it, that the next job that they take is typically 50 to 60% of what they're used to making.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine.
So imagine making, you're doing okay because you're making 50 grand a year. Oh. And suddenly your next job that you get to make is 25, 30,000 a year, right? Mm-hmm. That's the reality for most people. Can you live on that, especially after taxes? you know, that's a significant hit, especially as you're going into retirement, and most people don't have a decent amount in their retirement portfolios anyways. Talking like the average around 80,000 or so. I don't know about you, but I can't retire for 30 years on $80,000. That's, you know, that's a little over $1,000 a year that you're getting in retirement. Can you live on
unless you're
$100
really
a month?
into hunting and trapping,
living on living on
living off the land. Yeah,
Well, and then a lot of people think that they're going to just live on Social Security. And
I've played enough Stardew Valley. I think I could handle it, Bob. No.
well,
I
a lot
played
of people say,
Valheim.
a lot of people say, oh, well, Social Security, right? Well, first of all, Social Security is pretty low. Secondly, it's about to go lower, if not completely
Lower.
worthless.
Yeah.
So, you know, people think that they're going to live on $700 a month. Get out of here.
But
I mean, you say Social Security is low. I mean,
Okay. By 2035,
Mhm.
they said they're only going to be able to pay 70% of the benefits.
right
So that
now,
means if you were getting $2,000, which most people don't,
right.
if you were getting $2,000 in 2035, prepare to start only receiving about $1,400. If you were making 1,000, prepare to only get 700. And that's what we're talking about. And that was based on 2013 numbers, not updated new numbers. Especially with the boomer generation in there. It's, you know, it's going to be ugly. And I don't know. Do you know what the largest growing segment of homeless people is in the United States? 50 and
Nope.
over. Do you know what the fastest growing labor force is?
hookers.
65 and older.
Oh, I thought you meant like specifically job. I was like streetwalkers, Bob. They're still their bodies. It's
and parents are starting to depend on living with their kids more and more and
fucking
more.
A. Yeah. My ma tried that shit. Luckily, we got her into government housing. Yo, thank God.
My mother lived with me until I could get her into a home, and we worked all that out.
I'm doing that right now for my mom.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 of us here, and the third one was sort of on the hook, but dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that this is becoming more and more and more of a problem.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be nuts. Yeah, like the whole concept of like owning land. Like they don't make more land. Not really. Like fuck what the whole Palm Islands shit. Like they don't really make more land. It's a great investment, long term.
Well, but here's the thing: is that you know the financial burden, because whenever you have your parents move in, it costs money. Did for me.
What's happening down there?
And
I honestly haven't noticed any increase with my mom moving in. To be, there might be, but I don't notice it. To be completely honest, like it's. I don't budget enough. I don't know my budget enough to like have to know those exact numbers.
You're doing relatively well. All 3 of us are compared. I don't think any of the 3 of us are in mega crushing credit card debt.
I don't have any.
Nah, I have none. Like I'm doing incredibly well. Like this.
Okay.
Last year was easily the best financial year for me ever. 2025 is looking to do better than that again.
Okay, and it's not me bragging, but what I'm saying is, you know, we look at it from the standpoint of all of us, you know, being able to afford it no matter what. Like you don't feel it because, quite frankly, you probably don't pay strict attention to your finances. But there's a lot of people. They said that 80% of people making $100,000 a year or more are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, but there's also like some people that make like $60K a year and don't live paycheck to paycheck because they live within their means, though. Like
I make less than $70K a year, but I still have no problems making it. I don't live paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I made sure that I don't have a car payment. Like I make sure that I.
Okay. You guys are sort of making my point, but missing my point. And that's that. Okay, this trend of parents having to move back in with you is becoming far more prevalent.
Well, it's because they didn't have they either didn't have the ability to do it, or they didn't prepare for their future.
And most people are already living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
They can afford it even less than we can. So I don't know. People have a odd vision financially of the future without being real, not really looking at the real numbers. And, that's sort of like, no offense, coach, but cracking $300 boxes when you don't have any of that taken into consideration, prepared for, debt-free, all that. Most people that are buying Magic product, they're not debt-free. Many of them are charging it on credit cards already. They're trying to get enough room on their credit card, so that they can buy a box and then cracking it. And it's like, it just, people can't afford this hobby. The people that take heed to what I'm saying and pay attention to what I'm saying, I'm just preaching to the choir. The people that need to hear the message the most, ignore it the most.
Yeah. Yep.
But
I mean,
at least
that's
my
how most
conscience is
good
clean. I
advice
said
works.
something.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't look back and say, well, why didn't I say something? I did.
That's how most good advice works out. Is the people that need it. It's rare that the people that need it hear it.
I just realized that I didn't ever post the video of me opening my graded cards from the Rudy thing that I bought. The video is just draft. Whoops! I thought I posted that.
Well, probably
because video I can post. Sweet.
I mean, unless you make it clickbait, it's sort of a nothing burger video.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
Yeah, the cards were not great, but they don't know that.
Okay, I could have told you that before you got the cards.
They could have been cool.
No, it's just like with Ed when he did the Rudy 69.9
or anybody with fucking repacks ever.
For the most part, yeah, they're pretty bad.
Bro, that was a fucking flash in the pan. I'm glad that wave's gone by.
It's still on eBay. You can still buy them.
Oh, yeah, of course. But most people realize oh, this is just a different way to buy garbage. Interesting.
How do I get rid of my bulk like this?
I wonder if I can repack my repack.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Let's make an eBay repack. We'll buy all repacks.
It'd be funny. Put it in the description. This is the repack of a repack.
That we just make repacks.
And it's just a picture of a bunch of Black Lotuses all piled on top of each other. It's like you could get any. Oh, who knows?
It's insane.
So we can make a video, or we can make content that's worthy of 8th place Dave.
Yeah, right. I'll send him another Oasis.
But I
got to get back into making some videos. I've just been looking for something that I can actually do a reasonably consecutive series on. I mean, when I play some of the roguelites, it's sort of whatever, and I haven't found anything that I really want to play for a while. But Stardew Valley, I picked that up again yesterday. It started sucking me in, so I should do a series on that. And honestly, I could do another playthrough on Satisfactory because I didn't do a 1.0. Not really. So it's Terraria. I kind of just stopped playing it. Fuck. I played like one episode. It was like, okay, I'm done.
I was wondering about that. I love Terraria. It's such a good game. You made one.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm moving on. Your ADD on games is wild, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Like, how many games do you play per day? Do you play more than one a day?
Yeah, easily like 4 or 5 different games a day.
See, when I find a game I want to play, I play that game. Like I don't rotate through games that day. Like it's like I rotate weekly. Like right now I'll be playing PoE 2 whenever we're done with this. I'll make some food, play PoE 2. I don't know that I'm really being drawn. To be honest, I don't actually know if I'm being drawn in to continue playing PoE 2. But I had nothing else to play. If there was anything else that were better, I would immediately play that. PoE 2 is just kind of a
Diablo 4. Let's go.
If there was anything else better to play, I would play. To be honest, it might be better. Who knows?
A demo of a game today. I played Stardew Valley for a couple of hours and Cyberpunk for a couple of hours. So 3 different games today for at least 2 hours each.
I mean, I play my mobile games. I have 3 mobile
Right, I
games
mean,
that I play
that's
every
pretty
day.
standard. I mean, realistically, I would have played another game or 2. Like, if I'm just, like, at home hanging out, doing stuff, yeah, I play a bunch of different stuff all the time.
That's crazy.
It keeps me engaged by, like, not overdoing it too much. I have really bad ADD. Like, I can't pay attention to stuff for a very long
I
time.
mean, I have ADD as well, but hyperfixation is typically one of the things that ADD, especially in adults, where you like find something and you just stick with that for far too long. It's typically what happens with me. I do that for a lot of games where like for Balatro, like I couldn't put it down for like fucking 2 weeks. Haven't
Mhm.
played a game of Balatro since. I got like stuck on one of the whole gold stake decks and it really annoyed me, so I stopped playing.
Well,
I don't know why.
part of the reason I suck so bad technically tonight is so that I can start streaming some PoE too. From a
Ooh.
shitty perspective.
Hey,
Show the
man,
casuals what it's really all about.
you out there having fun.
Well, I mean, I think that there's some value to that, you know, a lot of casuals just can't relate to playing super upper. Like I can't relate to playing CEDH. I just can't. I'm not a CEDH player. I have no desire to be a CEDH player, and I don't belong at those tables.
Yeah, me neither, though.
Like I have no business going to like a top 8 tournament of Modern.
Dude, the Jake and Joel are, you know, Jake and Joel did like they were doing
league stuff, yeah.
the leagues, and then they stopped doing the leagues and they started doing the play dates where like I think it was once a month they would do play dates where
Ooh, a
you
play
got to
date.
potentially play with Jake or Joel.
Yeah.
Well, they stopped doing that. Now they're doing something completely different because today's signups,
Back to leagues.
they look like let me see here.
Yeah, we have a couple of times. For a little while, we played Minecraft together, and I actually
we had
played with
no
Time Capsule from
viewership.
time to time. Yeah, and I've
Nobody
played
watched that.
Enshrouded with Time Capsule a few times.
Look at the
That's
calendar.
super fun.
It's fucking empty. There's nobody. Nobody wants to play.
Huh.
It's because it's boring. It's just normal Commander. Like for me, like I love Commander, but like I love Commander, I think in my play group and in similar like I have my pod that I play with. The thing that made it fun for
what
the
up, Tom?
league was the actual like the fun of building the deck around like a theme that month and then like progressing that deck throughout the month. Like this is nothing. I don't know. I'm not going to sign up for this because it's just not, especially when initially it was kind of like broadcasted as you're going to be playing with the streamers, which is fun. But it turned into this is just a play day for you. And then we're going to probably try to make some games. And then now they're not even in any of the games. It's like, well, what the fuck's the point? And then they're changing it next month to be something different. They're going to do 2 times per month. And one's going to be CDH high powered or some shit. I don't know. They're going to make a video. It's interesting. It's interesting how little interest there is. They had more interest in the leagues than anything.
Is it on their
I think
side
it's
or
mainly because
from?
people wanted to play with them. They wanted FaceTime with Jake.
That's
and
what I'm
Joel.
saying.
And that's
That's
we're offering that like Time Capsule. Played a good amount of some PoE with him last week.
Yeah, you guys did a real piss poor job at putting the leveling uniques back. When I went to level my monk, there was like nothing in the guild stash. Like none of the rings that I put in there, none of the amulets that I put in there.
Not me.
I don't know if you guys are still using them or you just like, I don't know.
Oh, I probably have them on one of like. I've tried several different classes, so I can put stuff back.
Well, it's too late now. I'm level 50 something.
Okay.
There was no belts in there, no amulets, no rings. My
I don't
gold
know
rim
that
was
I have
gone.
much or any of that really. I could take all my uniques that I have on my stash tab, and
that's the thing. I
that.
put all of my uniques in the stash in the guild stash, and then I had nothing.
Well, we need like a guild unique tab, but somebody else is the guild leader, so we're kind of trapped behind not being able to do much.
I will transfer it over to you,
guild.
Bob. I should do that.
So we can't like buy new tabs or do much of anything.
I will make one of you guys the guild leader because it says I have not played since December 19th, 2024. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. 19.5 hours. Like I continued to have fun up until I stopped playing because I started having fun doing something else. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I have a problem, guys.
True.
I have a problem. I have 620 hours in it.
I couldn't tell you how many hours I have. One of the
Right.
downsides of not playing on Steam, but oh well.
Well, yeah. Like I said, I've been playing Cyberpunk, and I have to do that through GOG. It's like another fucking launcher.
Speaking of which, you guys are making me just want to go play some. Like, we're just rambling on about video games and just hanging now. Kind of a shit show. Lesson learned there. Don't make major tech changes an hour
No,
before
shit
the
show
show.
for Bob. We had a good time.
Yeah, I thought it was good all around. The audio quality was bad, and you didn't have a video for a bunch of it, and then you figured it out at the end. Is what it is. Realistically, I think that
we probably
us
shouldn't
talking-
go into tech details that
yeah,
much.
I was just gonna say
I
not until
mentioned
like
that. I'm like,
after-
nobody cares.
And we probably
not-
shouldn't start the show with in-depth PoE or any game talk.
yeah, we should definitely do TCG stuff for the first like quarter of the show. Like we need to the first couple of segments need to be trading card stuff. That's where we should allot the time. Definitely a huge turn off, even though it was great conversational about tech stuff, probably towards the end.
Holy crap. These
Oh,
are
he's
beautiful
talking about dick
things.
pics.
What the heck? This is like the stuff that like I wish I wish Watson did.
You see, Coach. You see, you're wrong-headed. That's not what you do. You do like I did, right? So
Look at
instead
these
of
lands. Yeah, I'd buy like secret layers of this. These are awesome. But much better than the vagina.
how would you
lands.
know which one's which?
Who cares?
The words at the top.
Yeah, I'll say they do also just say what they are at the top.
I mean,
I
they
don't
also
like
say what they are. They say what they
And-
do
and
at the bottom. Yeah.
And obviously these are like alt art, so like if they were real from WotC, they would be more readable.
Well-
I'm more talking about the art themselves, not like the board.
Okay, but if I want some trippy psychedelic rainbow art, I'll just buy that shit.
I was gonna
on a
say that kind of looks like that should just be a poster in a smoke shop.
Right. And
Yeah.
okay, I'd rather have it be relevant so that when it's a playing card that hits a table, it's clear what that playing card is. But Coach,
I mean, the
I mean,
savannah looks like a savannah, and the scrubland looks like a scrubland.
I'm
and the
kind of whatever on
plateau
it.
looks like a
Like
plateau.
the art is just a little bit bombastic. Like that is
Bottaga's got
it's
a
definitely
a
turned
river in
up.
it.
You know.
I like it better
I
than
don't
what I'm
like
saying
it.
is I'm comparing these to the vagina lands and the asshole lands. These
Hey,
look
dude,
way
I'm
better.
actually a fan of the vagina lands.
I mean, I like vagina, but like,
I mean,
so Coach, you
it's
gotta corrupt your wife. You know, you got to get her playing video games, right? That's how you get them not to leave you.
I
the
saw
family
this
that
great
plays-
clip.
The family that plays together stays together.
I was
Yeah, I
on
would've just got a new
Instagram or
wife.
something, and this guy was streaming, and he's got the camera on him, and his wife walks up in the background. She says, "You can either quit your stream or I'm leaving." And he looks dead in the camera. He says, "What do you think, chat?"
But I mean, I slowly corrupted Sherry over time, and now, as you saw, Pat, she's a full-on gamer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, she
she's
plays Final
definitely
Fantasy
a
14. That's about all I saw her do.
Okay, and
That's still-
before
that's
that,
still
it was
gaming.
heads down into WoW, and she's a gamer. She's not a gamer like Pat that like spins the wheel and every 2 days switches to a new game. That's not her style.
Ooh, there's a
She's dedicated to her craft.
PSA 9 Tolarian Academy going on. It's on auction. 13 minutes left. $200.
Oh shit! You could snipe it.
That's never getting unbanned.
How much they go for? Tolarian Academy. How much are they going for ungraded? 140. Lightly played. So
Well,
if
you
it's
get her.
mint-
The trick is, Coach, find something that appeals to her and get her started with that. It's like drugs. You got to get them started on
You give 'em-
the soft stuff first.
exactly.
Candy Crush, something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Animal
fun.
Crossing. That's a great. That's
That's,
women love
that's
that.
the next
fucking
step
game.
after like a Candy Crush.
I
Yeah.
keep hearing Animal Crossing. I don't understand that game. I really don't get it.
Dude, I had it for a while. I owned a Switch like when it first came out before the pandemic. And I had the Pokemon game for it, which did run like dog shit. And Animal Crossing. The girlfriend I had at the time fucking loved the game. I get it. It's very cozy.
I don't understand it.
It
looks like
it's
dog shit.
chill. It looks terrible, but it's wicked relaxing. It's kind of a do nothing, just decoration game.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
like
why-
that and The Sims. The Sims is another game that I just don't get. Like, I just don't
Right.
understand it.
Yeah. But by Corona happened and I sold it and I actually made money on it because like people couldn't get it and everybody was stuck at home. So
You sold what?
the Switch I had.
Oh, the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something about the Switch 2 coming out. People were freaking out about that.
Yep. They just had like a soft announcement of it. They showed the console itself and like 8 seconds of gameplay, and it was pretty much the announcement of the console itself and Mario Kart Racing, a new version of it.
Let's not open next week's show with that.
I'm not going to talk at all about it because I don't give it any fucks, Bob. Like realistically, I'm going to probably buy one and then just hawk it. Like they're going to be super difficult for people to get.
Let's
Might
just do a deep dive in all the technical specs of the Switch 2 compared to the Switch 1. I think that'll be a really good opener.
They haven't even announced any of them, which is we'll just do speculation.
We'll just make it up.
Yeah. I bet it's going to do 4K, solid 30. Yeah.
When do Aether Drift spoilers start? Has that already happened?
It's already started.
Good, because Innistrad Remastered comes out next week and we have milked that for all it is worth.
No, it says February 14th is the official that's the official start date. Hold on. January 21st. So we have 3 more days for the official spoilers.
Yeah, but they had some leaks.
Well, of course, there's always leaks. Just like my butthole.
Wow,
anyway,
did not need that picture.
I don't have any leaks in my butthole. Not
Matt and
yet.
I, funny enough, talked about that, and we're on two different ends of the spectrum on it.
The butthole leaks?
The butthole
Yes.
leaks?
What fucking segue just happened here? Jesus, Bob.
I'm talking to Coach because he's actually interacting with us.
No way.
What do you think about
Me
it?
personally, I think it's ass. I don't think it's I
think
think
it's a
they're
pretty
trying
good
to
deal.
recapture the oil slick bundle success, and they're falling very, very short.
Is there anything enticing in those? What do you get?
Matt says there's 2 collector packs. Ooh, 2 loose collector packs. Not exciting for me.
They just slosh around like a motherfucker.
Well, I'm just talking about the price
20
standpoint.
foil lands.
If you compare it to like a normal bundle, it is a good
I
value.
don't want to
because
compare
you're
it to a
getting
normal
2
bundle because I don't buy
extra-
normal bundles.
Well, I mean,
2 card
whether or
finish
not
line.
you're buying it or not doesn't make it a good or a bad deal.
But it's like double the price of a normal bundle just like a year ago.
Yeah, and collector packs are $28 a piece, and you're getting 2 of them. That's like the cost of a normal
Yeah,
bundle.
it's
That you open and it gets you
$56.
50 cents in value.
And you get 5 stickers too.
Wow.
Just saying. I mean,
Whoa.
stickers.
So it's
Well,
going to be
my
the
boy.
poster thingies that are in there that are the real difference.
Cheer.
Because the collector packs don't mean shit. The other packs really don't mean shit. It's the can only get it in a bundle.
Look at this. There's a legendary artifact planeswalker equipment. What the fuck? The Aether Spark.
Aether Spark.
Cool.
So it's, some kind- it's a serialized legendary artifact equipment. But you don't get to see what's on it. There's just that's just
And there's no
speculation of,
casting cost on it either.
Yeah, it doesn't have any kind of I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously they
In-
remove stuff to not tell you what it is, but an artifact equipment planeswalker. It's very interesting. I couldn't even really tell you what's happening in the picture. I have no idea.
Yeah, so far there's not a lot of spoilers, so there's no like.
Ooh, the dice are kind of wicked looking. What is that? Is it gonna be a metal die? That'd be sick. If it was a metal die, I'm gonna get one of the dice.
Oh, get out of here! You know that shit ain't.
It looks metal. Do we have like
You look metal.
Does it say metal die?
Can't read that at all.
Checkered
One
flag,
checkered
oversized
flag,
spin down.
yeah.
It doesn't say metal, but it does
And
look
you know they
like
would tout that if it was.
although it could just be white instead of metallic. It could just be like a light glare or something.
Just like me, white instead of metallic. Are bundles in general a better sealed option per unit opposed to seal boxes? I mean,
No.
again, it comes down to what is the purpose of buying it. A sealed box of a play booster you can use to draft and have fun with friends and stuff.
Well, he's talking about just straight up value, cost to pack ratio is what I think he's saying. I don't think he's talking about the intrinsic value you get from buying it. I think he means like pure value. Right. Is it more? Is it less money to buy a bundle than it is to buy per pack than it is to buy a box? Is how I'm.
If you're looking at just the play booster side of it, no. If you get the collector one here, all in all, this is probably a better price breakdown than other product lines.
So here's what I'm going to say. When bundles just a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, were $29.99, which was the typical cost, and you got your
550.
What was it? 10 packs were in them initially, and they cut it back. So you basically 49. Got the pack at $2.99 a piece, plus you got free lands, whoopty shit. But you also got a box with it, which I value at roughly about $5 because they are decent storage boxes if you don't have a shitload already. So they're a great way to store some product, and it's essentially free. But as far as collecting sealed, to a degree, and we'll get into that in a second here, but they used to be, you have to, to answer that question, you have several different factors. Number one, what are your costs for entry? What is your initial layout cost, and was that relatively decent compared to all the rest of the product? At $29.99 with the draft boosters in it, 10 packs, yeah, the answer was yes, absolutely. They were a decent deal. Now, here's a problem with buying stuff for collecting sealed is they are bad for storage concerns. Like if you have limited space to store stuff, there's a lot of empty space in a bundle box. So there's several different factors there. Now, part of it is also your exit strategy, meaning, okay, I bought it at $29.99. Let's say it doubles at $60 and I go to offload it. People are much more likely to buy a $60 product than if you bought the draft booster at, say, $95 to $100 and it doubles at $200. You're going to be able to move a $60 product way faster than you can a $200 product. Same thing if you don't think so. Just keep multiplying those up with like the collector boosters and whatnot. You're not selling that collector booster behind you overnight, Matt, unless you drastically underprice the market, which then like why sell it if you're cutting people off? So or if you're losing some of your profit, it's hard to sell a $1,500 product.
It also depends on exclusivity of what's in the bundle as well. Like the Nightmare bundles and the Phyrexian bundles. Like if whatever's in here, if any of these are like really, really cool or really unique, over time they'll be.
But
more
he was saying in general, not. You're talking about outliers and specifics. He's talking about in general.
Well, in general, if there's a special one of these in every single set, it is now no longer an outlier. It is now the standard. If there's going to be like these specialized bundles in every set, which they have been in many of them,
like the gift bundles or whatever.
Yeah, they're trying. Well, no, these Nightmare bundle.
These are different than the gift bundles. Yeah, it's more similar to the Nightmare bundle, which if you look at the Nightmare bundle, they tried to recapture what they did with the Oil Slick bundle, and it didn't.
The Foundations. I don't think Foundations had a specialized bundle, but they had like a bunch of weird other products.
Well, but they had a whole shitload of different fucking SKUs, first of all. And they did, I mean, if you want to look at it this way, they had the starter bundle that had the spin down die in it, or the spin down counter, and then they had the regular
closest
bundle.
Thing.
And if you look, the one with the spin down is on the left there. It was $70, and I think originally it was $50. But there you go. Look at the Duskmourn Nightmare bundles. They're the same price that they were. Actually, it looks like a little cheaper.
$90 there. No, they're about 90. They went up. They actually finally are going up. They were for the longest time at $75, but yeah, look, it's like just giant spikes. Somebody's buying them out, or this is the old switch overnight switcheroo 20% growth for random things that don't sell until they finally sell, and then they spike.
And what I'll say is, over time, if they keep making special versions, it's like Watsifying,
$90
like they do
now.
freaking everything. If every bundle is special, then no bundles are special.
I don't think Bloomborough had anything like
Nope.
this. What the hell's an Omega pack?
That's a single collector pack.
Why is it called Omega?
Just read the description.
No, I understand that, but this is I've never seen this terminology in Magic the Gathering. Why is it here? Omega pack. It's no different than a normal collector pack. Why is it called an Omega pack?
It's just so fucking cool. I don't know.
It's false advertising is what it is.
To differentiate from a loose collector pack.
Yeah, that's called a what is it called? A bubble? But not a bubble pack. Is it called a bubble pack?
What, a blister pack?
Blister pack. That's the one. Yeah, it's called a blister pack. A collector blister.
I don't think they call it. Go look at a different set.
Well, they've never called it an Omega pack, so
They might.
no. No, Assassin's Creed Collector. Oh no, Booster Omega pack. They do call them Omega. When did they start doing this? Is this their way of like telling people that it's a blister pack?
Go look back as far as, I don't know, Commander Masters.
Sample pack.
There's Modern Horizons 3 Omega pack.
This doesn't say Omega, unless there's like
That's not, but the one that was next to it, because you conveniently didn't click on it. And why it's double the price of a.
I was gonna say, why is it double the price? What the hell?
For the cardboard box on the outside? Get fucked.
I guess it's a sealed pack. Even though I don't know if I want to pay the premium. Huh.
I don't. But as far as I know, they've been calling them Omega packs for a while.
I've literally never heard that word in any of these, but apparently they're everywhere.
Okay. Well.
It is what it is.
All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for me. I got a lot of tech to work out while I'm down here in the basement. I need some coffee, some food.
I need to eat food. I'm starving, man.
Food.
I saw some, FYI, I saw some more M30 bundles boxes hit the market. They're up to 7 now. They're almost up to that 9 threshold.
Yeah, I looked the other day. I saw they were back down to 1,200 again. Oh no, they're back up to 1,400. 12 available.
All right, well, let's go ahead and end it here. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for showing up, everybody.